Hello and welcome back to another video on Good Sport Reviews. Today we're going to be discussing Liverpool Football Club taking on Union SG in the second round of the Europa League this coming Thursday at Anfield. So yes, Liverpool are back in action, getting rid of all the PGMOL drama, all the VAR drama, all the poor officiating. We've covered that already. It's now time to get back focused on the football, the thing that really matters. And Liverpool play Union SG in the Europa League round of two. Union SG, one of those teams that when we got Drew, I don't know a huge deal about them. I know there's a lot of people who don't know about them. I was on a stream at the LC transfer room whilst the team was picked out, and everyone had the same sort of muted reaction. Now, they are a side who play in the Belgian league. They're actually top of the Belgian league at the moment, so they're a threat. They are definitely a threat. That's a league which contains the likes of, for example. So we need to be cautious, but at the same time, this is a game where we can really go out there and show just how angry we are in a way. I think the frustration from the matches, the last match against Tottenham, this really gives us a chance to go out there and get at them and get some of that hatred and passion out on this team and really rack up a high scoreline. So just to go through Union SG, some of the things about them. They primarily tend to play a 3-4-3 formation. They're a very attack-minded side, not a possession-based team. In the last two matches, they've actually had the same or less possession than the opposition and managed to win those games by scoring 3 goals. So they're very much either a counter-attacking team or a like-for-like team. They're either going to sit back and soak up the pressure and hit you on the break, or it's just going to be end-to-end, back and forth. They'll match you evenly, stride for stride, and get the win, which could be dangerous because it just tells me that when they come to Anfield, they're going to play one of those two ways. If it's the second way, we will score plenty of goals. If it's the first way and they do decide to sit back, it might be a bit trickier for us. If they're going to hit us on the counter attack, it could cause us some problems with our defence. This season, the top scorer, should I say, is Dennis Eckert. He's got 5 goals just in the league. Not a bad return, 5 and 6. That's solid. I understand this is the Belgian league and there'll be people frowning upon it, but it's still a decent record. They also have Alexis McAllister's brother there, Kevin McAllister, who is a defender for the club. So there's going to be a bit of a reunion there. There were people claiming that it was fixed just to make this happen. No, it's just a nice coincidence. Happy they're going to get to play each other. If obviously Alexis plays, if Kevin plays, he might not feature. I don't think he featured in the last game for them actually, so we're going to have to wait and see about that. But yeah, all I know about Union SG, top of their league, good goal scoring team. They have the best attack in their league, but they do have the 7th worst defense. Now, is that the players or is that the tactics? Well, based on what I said before, where it's they either play end to end or they'll sit back, those two ways invite pressure, and that might be the reason for it. Maybe they're just so gung ho that it's, you know, this they're going to concede. They'll concede goals if they're playing like that. That's just the way it is. And Liverpool need to really be prepared to take advantage of that opportunity and get at them with both barrels. We have the players capable of doing so. And after the result the other day, anything other than a win is just going to dampen the spirits, I think. So we need to get at them and make sure that we give them a good game. If I was to pick my starting lineup for this fixture, it would be Kelleher in goal, keep his game time going. He's looked brilliant when he's played. Costa Simicas on the left, as per the usual in the Europa League. And in the centre back partnership, I'd have Joel Matip and Kwanzaa. Now, Kwanzaa obviously needs the game time to keep developing. He's looked superb this season, and we need to keep that going. Joel Matip needs the confidence boost, quite frankly. That Tottenham game was cruel for him. He was so good in that match and he did not deserve the own goal. And I think it's so important for his confidence and his season going forward that he plays alongside Kwanzaa in that leadership role and gets some momentum back. A good performance, an imperious performance, some good tackles, and maybe a clean sheet sets him up for the rest of the season, and it just gets the momentum going back in his favour. There'll be people questioning him after that Tottenham game. They shouldn't. John Matip is a great defender and a great servant for the club. Get him in this team. A nice fixture where he's going to have some defending to do every now and then. But overall, we should dominate the game, and it will just boost his confidence and morale. And then at right back, Trent Alexander-Arnold, getting back to match fitness. He was rushed in the Tottenham game towards the end because of all the red cards and changes tactically. Put him in the right back position, get him a good game. It is what it is. Union are going to push at us. His balls over the top to the attackers are going to be really effective. If they're going to sit deep, crosses into the box, someone will get there. Midfield, I'd be starting Endo this game just purely for the game time. He looked brilliant against Leicester, and I felt bad for him in the Spurs game more than anything. He came on and was fighting a losing battle in that regard. I saw him up front. He was in the corner sometimes on the left wing position. He was defending. He was running everywhere, and he deserves a game. And then just ahead of him, I'd have Gravenberch and Curtis Jones. Because if Curtis Jones is to get a goal or Curtis Jones is to have a brilliant game, which he's been doing all season and towards the end of last season, it's going to silence everyone. And by that, I mean his red card was unjust. We all know it was unjust. It should not have been a red card in that Tottenham game. However, if he has a great game, scores a goal even, maybe does the whole, fingers in the ears or cups the ears or the shush. That message it sends of doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter how you knock us down, we will get back up and perform like this. It will be massive and so important to the team going forward. And morale wise, it's what we need now. Up front, Darwin Nunez. It's just how it is. Gakpo's injured. The only other option you have really is to play Jota through the middle, but I don't think Jota's as effective in the middle. Nunez, just keep him in the squad. He'll terrorise that back line. And I think if you've got fullbacks who get forward as well as wingers, you're going to stretch the back three out, and there's just going to be so much space for Nunez. One on one in any situation, 9 times out of 10, he's going to win. Right wing Ben Doak, Salah, just rest him. I know he came off against Tottenham, but he ran his heart out, and this just isn't a game where it's worth fatiguing him. Not when we've got Brighton at the weekend. He needs to be sharp for that. And then in the left wing position, maybe Jota. I think Jota maybe in the left wing position just because I think he's not looked great this season, but he's still got the occasional goal. He needs a good game. And there's question marks being raised because he's competing against Luis Diaz, which is natural. That's going to happen. Diaz is a superb footballer. Jota is one of those players now where it just feels like he doesn't do a lot, but he will still pop up for goal. And they're vital players, don't get me wrong, but he needs a good performance. He needs to make sure that he's got a good game in him. Get at the opposition, win some aerial duels, especially if they're going to sit deep. He'd be effective in the box in that area. He's good, great in the air. Him and Nunez up top. Just put him in. Give Diaz a bit of a rest. If you're going to make the change, go for it. We've got the depth. But without Gakpo now, Jota might start drifting into the middle and we might see Diaz start alongside him. I just don't know at the moment. How we see the match going? I think Union are going to have to get ours. They can't come to Anfield and expect to sit deep and just soak up pressure. It doesn't work. Not at Anfield. It so rarely works for teams there that if they are to come out with that mindset, it's not going to go well. We may struggle to break it down, but eventually we will. And as soon as we do, the floodgates are open because they're going to have to get at us then, leaving so much space in behind them. And Nunez running in behind with those Trent balls over the top. You're also going to have the likes of Gravenberch and Curtis Jones who are just running back and forth, winning the balls in midfield. They're going to be in for a fight, Union SG. And I feel sorry for them because they're coming up against the side that have been wrongfully done by the PGMOL and VAR and the match officials in the Spurs game. There's going to be a passion in them. There's going to be a fight in them. And they're going to absolutely come out there, all guns blazing, and go for it. I think they have to. And Clark will know this. Clark will be saying this to them. So they need to go out there and get a good result against this Union SG side. An emphatic statement, if you will, because they need it. We need it. Everyone needs it. A united front to say, look, it doesn't matter what goes on. We are still Liverpool. We are going to go out there with passion, blood, sweat, tears, and win this game because it doesn't matter what you do to us or what you say or how you treat us. we are still one of the best teams in Europe, and we are going to prove it on Thursday. Score predictions for this one. It depends. I think if SG sit back deep, I can definitely see this being a bit of a 1-0, 2-1 kind of game. They'll hit us on the counter. If they go for it, I can see this ending 4-0, 4-1, even 4-1. One more on the usual 3-1 that we've been getting. But yeah, 4-1, I think, is my overall prediction. Might be a bit ambitious, but against this Liverpool side, who've been so wrongfully done, I would not want to be against them. Thank you very much for watching. Please make sure you subscribe. We're one away from 10. A small number, I know, I've said this before, but everyone starts somewhere, and we're only going to get better and we're only going to improve, and it would really mean a lot. Thank you so much.